Okay.
Yeah. Now, I can't do this show and start it till you give me the point, the Jim point.
The Jim point? I taught him that, so it's good.
So if you know how to do it,
All right,
we can do the show without it. I can't do it.
Going down in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, what a point. You filled in good for Jim. Welcome to the Meyers Jewelers Experience. This is the Meyers Jewelers radio show. And good morning to everybody out there listening. And anybody listening live, hello. Nice. Oh, my wife's watching. Hey, Jen. Nice to see you. I got one person that watches this show. My wife, and she usually doesn't. I think she probably gets sick listening to it.
Time. You know what's funny about this?
It's the first time I think she's ever been here.
I can't wait till she jumps off and she's like, I'm not watching that.
I love it. Very nice. Well, Jennifer, welcome to the Meyers Jewelers radio show.
Yeah. How come she's not an avid listener is the question.
She gets to listen to me every day. Probably that's enough.
That's a good point. This is just like your extended 30-minute phone call to me.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to listen to the show either.
Exactly. So what do we got? A good win for the Blue Jackets last night. And by the way, your Rangers. Ooh,
I was wondering if you were going to bring that up.
Punk.
Yeah. You were talking all kinds.
That was a great game, though.
You were talking trash, and I saw it win in overtime. Yep. I was super excited, but I left you alone about it.
I was surprised I didn't hear from you.
No, because, hey, I'm not one of those guys that rubs it in, but I was waiting for them to lose and for you to call me right away and tell me that my team lost.
I would have, for sure.
I know you.
Yeah, it was that was a great game. I really enjoyed it, and the game last night was a great. The Jackets are playing good. I always start off the show, if you notice, talking Jackets.
That's the one comment I always get is people love your Jackets updates.
Yes. Actually, this was interesting. I got to go down after the game Saturday night, the Rangers game. You would have loved this.
Thanks for not taking me.
I got to go down by the locker room area after the game and hang out down there for a while. And a fella that I was with is from New York and is a huge Ranger fan. His father's been and he is now a 40-year season ticket holder to the Rangers.
Wow.
So the group I was with arranged it for him to be able to go down there. And it was actually kind of cool because I've gone down there before, and there's usually a lot of people down there that get meet and greets. Also, there was nobody there but us. So, and media and players. So it was actually kind of cool. And the one guy that I wanted to get a picture with was not very nice. And he was one of your Rangers.
Of course not. He doesn't have to be nice. They just won.
How do you know who I'm talking about?
I know. I just know a New York Ranger doesn't have to be nice.
They were all very nice.
Were you wearing your Jackets gear?
No, they don't. What, do you think they actually really care about that? They don't care.
Rivalries.
They don't care. Henrik Lundqvist.
He wasn't nice.
He walked out of the locker room, head down, and just, boom, walked straight out of the door. Didn't look or want to speak to anybody.
So Lundqvist
was not very nice. Was not nice at all.
I'm going to assume that he doesn't know about this show. All this time I thought a Ranger
I tried to tell him, hey, this is Jeff from the Meyers Jewelers radio show. Don't you want me to talk nice about you on the show? I got 3 people listening right now.
So you're telling me the guy in the #1 radio, television, media market blew off someone that's in the media. You have your own show?
Yeah. Blew me off totally.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I wasn't real happy. So I'm not a fan of Henrik anymore.
Well, at least
good.
At least they got the win. You sound like you're in good spirits today. You came in to tell us something important that you're doing, something really cool. What are you like?
Oh, yeah. This Thursday, although when this is replayed on Sunday, it'll already have happened. So don't go running out there this Thursday if you're listening to me on the radio Sunday. And I know that's confusing.
Don't rearrange your whole day for this.
But this coming Thursday, which would be the 15th?
Yes.
November 15th, just so we're squared away on the time or the date. I get the honor, and it will be a great pleasure, of flipping the switch for the lighting of the 40-foot spruce tree at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium for the holiday lights that they do. So that will be, I believe, at 5:45 p.m. this Thursday. So I'm very excited for that.
And you will get video of this so we can share this.
Yes, I will hopefully begin. I won't be filming the video myself.
That would be awesome if you had a selfie stick. I
Just holding it out there.
I'd love to see you with a selfie stick because that would be insane.
Actually, that would be pretty good.
Yeah,
but
Jeff,
no.
flip it. Jeff, turn it on, and you'd be like, I don't know how to set this.
Yes, so I get to do that. So I'm very excited as the newest partner of the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, as being the official jeweler. Rachel, what do you think of that? Isn't that something?
Good.
The
Rachel
official
will never
jeweler.
Get any jewelry, but she knows someone in the jewelry business.
Yes. Well, you got a nose ring, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
That's all the
Yeah,
jewelry I'm
but
getting.
the nose ring has got her 2 cats in her life. That's as far as it's going.
All right. Well, that's I guess okay.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was really big news because that's
Yes, I'm
something
very
people
excited
do all the
about
time.
doing that. Being the, like I said, official jeweler of the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium and a sponsor of the holiday lights over at the Columbus Zoo.
Which is huge. The wild lights.
Yeah, wild lights. Why am I calling it the holiday lights? Well, it's holiday lights,
Yeah.
but it's the wild lights.
See how gentle I was with you when,
Yes.
when you made a mistake, but yet when I meant to say things that go in a cabinet, I said junk, and you jumped all over me.
Yes, I did.
That's the difference between us. We're
Very true.
Yin and yang here.
Yes, very true.
But because you're in this holiday mood,
Very festive right
I
now.
wanted to talk about Black Friday.
Oh, yeah, that's
what-
coming up, isn't it?
It is, but here's what my
Week from Friday, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, week from this coming Friday. Although, if you're listening on Sunday, then it would be this Friday.
I love how you configure.
I want to
the
make
dates
sure
and
everything's taken care of and people don't get confused.
if they're listening on a Sunday, Jeff, they're driving, so they don't have their calendars out. And please don't sync your.
Well, I'm
calendars.
sure they're probably recording this so they can continue to listen to it again.
Well, we are recording this, so in a very Twilight Zone way, we are also being
Yeah,
recorded.
that's true. Yeah.
But my question is, Black Friday, we've talked about this in the past, that you guys don't really do a Black Friday. What was your quote? If you show up at 6 in the morning, you'll just sit in the parking lot?
You'll be sitting in the parking lot waiting for us to open at 9 o'clock. We will open an hour early. What do you think of that?
Well, that is huge.
Yes.
But if you're there at 6...
You'll be
you're
waiting
still
till
waiting.
9.
Right. But my question was, in the history of Meyers Jewelers, you guys have never done a Black Friday specific.
No,
day.
nothing really a specific thing. That is, we feel a lot more for the big box stores, such as, your Best Buys, Walmarts, all that. They put a ton of money into marketing for that. We being a local small business, family owned, we are not going to be able to compete marketing wise with those guys and do all those loss leaders and all those
Right. All those
crazy
gimmicks.
things and the gimmicks where they'll advertise giving away, you can buy a $1,000 TV for $100 where they have like 2 of them or
Right.
something like that. So we don't do any of that. But we will have the world famous Black Friday Pandora beads. How about that? Huh?
Forget the gimmicks, but we got something for you.
Yes.
Talk about that. What's going on with the Black Friday bead?
Well, Pandora every year does a limited edition special Black Friday bead. And we always partake in it, of course, being that we are one of the locally owned Pandora carriers of the product in our store. And we'll have them. So they usually will last about through the weekend. And that's about it.
Is that are those Pandora? Sorry, the Black.
And believe it or not, Pandora is still very, very popular.
You always tell me that because you were
Yeah.
weren't you the first one in the country to get the Pandora? What do they call that boutique?
No, we were not.
Oh.
We were the first ones in the North America. That would be, and I'm saying this for Mike.
Yeah.
North America is the United States and Canada. I'm not sure if you knew that.
I have a map somewhere.
Okay.
And I'm aware of North America somewhere on that globe.
Okay, yes. So, we were the first to have a Hearts on Fire boutique. Not the Pandora boutique. But in our store, we have a Pandora boutique. We have a Hearts on Fire boutique. And we have a Breitling watch boutique. all within our store. So it's
boutique-y.
very boutique-y, yes.
I love it.
So, and that's along with all our other, ooh, they just showed a guitar on the TV there, and that looks like my Bruce Springsteen autographed guitar. Just kind of looked like it.
Yeah.
I have a guitar. Anybody out there that does not know me at all isn't probably aware that I am a huge Bruce Springsteen fan. And I have been a fan of Bruce Springsteen since I was 18 years old, and I am in March going to be 59, so that's quite a few years. And for my 40th birthday, I was given an autographed Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band electric guitar. And that has Clarence Clemens, who is sadly deceased, and Danny Federici, who is also sadly deceased, signed on there. So it's a rare piece that I cherish very dear to my heart.
And we should explain that you're watching the television while we're recording a radio show.
Yeah.
But the sound is off.
Yeah, sound's off. I'm enjoying watching it, and I saw the electric guitar and made me think of my Bruce guitar.
By all means, why stay on topic? So let's get back on the topic
Yes.
real quick. So when we're talking about Black Friday,
And by the way, my wife's not watching anymore.
I knew she'd dump
She
out.
left.
I knew she'd dump out. So I want you to guess a number for me. How much retailers made last year was a record amount of money. I want you to guess how many, and I'll give you a hint. It's in the billions. How much money was made on just Black Friday alone?
Retail, we talking North America,
Just North
or
America.
world?
Just
North America? Oh, boy. That's everything retail. We're talking Walmart, you
Yep.
name it, everybody.
Yep.
Does that include Myers Jewelers? That'll raise the number a lot.
I did look at that. It also includes you as well.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, I would say 10 billion.
Very close. 7.9 billion.
Oh, I wasn't far off.
That's up 18% based on the year before.
Wow.
So that is not including online purchases. So that is a really huge day.
That's a big number for one day.
Yeah, and so one of the things that I was reading through this was inventory. How so they'll buy all this stuff, like you said, you'll have your gimmick, come in and buy, this 70-inch TV for $1,000, and there's one of them in the store and it's gone by 6 a.m.
Correct.
But the question I have for a retailer in a jewelry establishment is, how do you know how much stuff to have on hand for that day? Like Pandora, for example. There used to be a rule of how much you had to carry per item, right? When you run out, you just run out. Like, how are you...
You run out, you run out. We carry a large inventory in our store. So, for the, for a retail jewelry store, we carry about 10 times more than most of them do. We don't really go, this is us. I'm sure the big boys, the big box stores have their formulas and all that. We just kind of go by what feels right as we're buying.
Right.
And what we feel the market is doing and how much we need. Sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong, but an advantage we have is that we do carry a huge inventory. So if they're looking for one thing, we can usually find something else very close and not have them leave empty-handed, because we do not like people leaving empty-handed in our store. We are failing if that's the case.
Well, that's one of the things that when you're looking at the research, it seems like the big box stores, the problem they have is they're not really looking at year over year. It's more how many people can we get in based on, like you said, the marketing pieces. So when I put out those circulars, I'm going to buy as many of these as I can for each location, and that's when you have that Cyber Monday comes, and
Yep.
then they have those blowout sales in January because I bought too much.
And I still am not understanding quite, and I know I'm a little older, I'm not the young millennial group, how you buy jewelry online. I mean, I know how you buy it, but why would you do it? When
Well,
you can get fairly close in price from a good local retailer where you can go into the store
See, touch, and feel.
and touch it and feel it and try it on and look at it, throw it against the wall, do whatever you want with it.
Make sure it's insured before you do that.
Correct. And versus just taking a gamble that this guy's going to, like, for example, this beautiful ring that I have right here. Everybody take a look at that. Whoops, there it is. Although on TV or on radio, you can't really see it. But
I'm going to allow you to
this
do it.
is a ring that actually was my father's ring that he wore every day for probably 60 years. And I love wearing it every day. It makes me feel close to him. But beyond that, they'll put a picture of this ring on there or something similar to this, and you might not get anything near what this ring looks like. They give you the description, they show you a beautiful picture, and then when you get it, it's nothing. I've seen people bring things in, it's just mind-blowing.
Well, let's do this because I want to get into there is research on that.
Oh, there's research?
Yes.
And you did it?
Oh, yeah. Listen,
Oh, my
I'm
Lord. That's
prepared.
awesome.
Whether you'll talk about the things I want to talk about is totally different, but I'm always prepared.
All right. Well, let's give it let's do a little break here real quick. Everybody stay put. Listen to our sponsors and then come back, and we're going to have a good time on the second half of the show. We'll see you in a little bit.
So, come back. We're going to do this. We took a break at 15:50. We're going to go to about 27.
By the way, Jim's doing a good job over there.
This is the best Jim's ever done. All right. Whenever you're ready, rock and roll.
Hey, Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi, Tony. Tony D'Angelo's watching. I like that.
I honestly thought that you were kicking off the show that way. I was ready to keep talking. Bring us back and let Tony see something.
Tony, I'm going to welcome you back. We're ready?
Yep.
All right, welcome back to the Meyers Jewelers Radio Show. And my good friend Tony D'Angelo is actually watching. So,
And we're going to
Bon Jovi to you. Tony, I was actually in Italy with Tony, and we had a blast. Had a good time there. Thank you again for a great time there.
Let's see if we can get him to stay on longer than Jennifer did.
No, Jennifer will be gone.
Yeah. So, Jeff, before the break, we were talking about buying jewelry online,
Yeah.
especially Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yes.
81% of the purchases of jewelry are still made in brick and mortar stores.
Good.
And I think for the reason that you're saying, what I find odd is like what you said before the break.
I thought it was less than. So you're saying you're saying 19. What'd you say?
19% of people buy jewelry online.
All total sales?
For gifts. Black
Because
Friday.
I had. All right, that's different
because
because
it's
I had checked, and there are, from what I recall, it's maybe 3% of all total jewelry sales are done online
That is
for
correct.
everything.
But on this time period, and this
For that day, it does that.
Friday
Okay.
and that Monday, especially. So when I was looking for research for this, when I'm putting it in, it's showing me sales that are going on, whether it's
Yep.
other big box stores or the brands themselves. Because what I think is happening is if the brand doesn't have to worry about inventory, like you would have to worry about inventory if you ran out of a few Pandora pieces, they have it in stock, so they can
Correct.
shoot it out. They're using Google and these other Amazon to sell this stuff, and they are selling at a discount because they're just trying to do quantity versus. And I'm not saying the quality is worse, but I want you to address. You've had people come in the store that bought something online, and it is not what they thought it was.
Oh my gosh,
And
we
then
had a
there's
person that came. This was there was. God, I wish I could remember the name of the online company, but I went to their website and it is fabulous. It's beautiful. They romance these rings, how these are super rare and the designs are unusual. And it was literally the absolute worst ring I've ever seen in my life. They told these folks that the diamond was some very rare, special diamond. It was literally the worst grade I'd ever seen in my entire life. And the way they talked about it online, I mean, I was ready to buy one the way they talked about it. And the ring that was so poorly made, I mean, I could not believe what I was seeing.
Did they bring that in because they were upset?
No, they wanted to see what they got. They didn't know. They asked if they could get an appraisal for it because they wanted to get it insured, wanted to kind of verify the product. And after I checked and looked and did a lot of looking into researching on it and going on their website, I told them I would. I think they paid about $3,500 for the ring. I told them I wouldn't have given $500 for
Online, they paid $3,500.
Yes.
Wow.
It wasn't even a good deal. That was the big thing. That was what was crazy. It was not even a great deal. So, bottom line is the shop online for jewelry, you got to really, really, really be careful.
And those pieces are already put together. It's not like when you go to, like, say, the Hearts on Fire area or Martin Flyer, where some of these pieces you can build it. You have a hand in what stone goes in what setting.
We can build it however the customer would like. And then you get Scott and I giving you personal service that you cannot get anywhere else. Think of the romancing that we can do at Meyers Jewelers to you and help you pick the perfect item for the one you love. Isn't that beautiful? That bringing a tear to your eye, isn't it?
I feel like I'm being romanced right now. I'm going to be honest about it.
Yes.
The average person on Black
Where are you
Friday,
coming up with all these statistics?
Listen, man,
I'm not a
research.
statistics guy.
I know.
I end up I'm watching Anthem commercial now.
Right. Well, you were watching Wendy Williams while we're.
Yes, I was.
My question to you is, so I'm doing this research because I wanted to know, what are people spending on Black Friday? The average person is spending $1,007.24. Out of that,
And how do you know that?
I can give you the data.
They tell you that?
No,
Those people up there?
They, them, the others. No, it had it broken down by what the average person was spending and then what they were spending it on. So $207 of that was like decorations, food, things that are not gifts.
Gotcha.
But if you're looking at they're spending that much on that one day, are you seeing kind of the same thing? Like, people they're not cheaping out on that day. I mean, they're really there to accomplish something. So aren't they buying the higher ticket items probably right off the bat? Do you know what I mean? Because I'll give you an example. When I'm shopping, it's around the 21st of December, and it's all online, and I'm going to pay all the shipping because, hey, guess what? I just forgot, and I didn't feel like doing it.
Majority of guys will shop late as normal. And
that's the best time to be in your store.
Because in our store that last week, there's a lot of men. Rachel.
Yes. I need to come to the store then?
Hang out in our store the last week. There are men galore there.
Yeah, but they all have that panic look in their eye because they need to find the perfect gift, and they got to do it in a.
Oh, we help them. There's no issues with doing that.
What's the most difficult thing you've had to do, like, as a rush job? Has it been somebody like?
Some of the listeners out there, the four of you. Well, no. You know what? There was somebody came in the store yesterday. It was a listener. And they listen every Sunday, driving to church maybe, or I forget where they said they go every Sunday morning, but they listen. And I go, oh, you're one of the 14 listeners. They go, no, you were up to 17. They remembered.
Yeah.
So I go, yeah, you're one of them. But the story, this was a good one on a ring that I had to get, and I needed it on crunch time. I'm not going to go into names or anything.
Henrik Lundqvist.
No, I will not get him a ring. Well, I would, but I'll charge him a lot more. No, but this is an individual that works for a radio station, a rock and roll station, and they were getting engaged, and the guy wanted to get a ring made with the lyrics of a particular band that they both love on the ring, custom designed. So and with some music notes and all that good stuff on it.
On the band?
On the band, to wrap around the wedding band. It was going to be like a wedding band look as the engagement ring. And then put some black diamonds scattered throughout. And it was ended up being a super cool ring. But we talked about it months and months in advance, and then he didn't really get back to me till very late and said, I need the ring. And believe it or not, my son, Ethan, who works with me at the jewelry store and is also the gentleman that makes the custom clothing, happens to make custom clothing for the particular artist of the song that wrote the song.
Get out of here.
That was being wrapped around this band. So Ethan got a hold of his manager, and they talked and everything, and they happened to be performing at Rock on the Range, and they wanted to get engaged with him there, presenting the ring at Rock on the Range of the band with his lyrics. So they got it all worked out and everything, but I had to come up with that ring, and I had to get it done very quickly, but I got it the night before done.
That is not just a ring. Like, you never just sell a ring. There's always a story to it. And you always hold out until we're doing this. I'm amazed.
But that was pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, if anybody knows who Corey Taylor is, do you know who Corey Taylor is?
Of course I do.
Who?
I like rubber. He's a
What
singer
band?
from
He's a
Slipknot.
Yep.
Boom, there you go.
And
Oh, Stone Sour.
yeah, good
Yeah,
job.
play around.
Yes. Okay.
But as soon as I was trying to think when you said Ethan's name, I'm like, oh, what band? And I was like, it couldn't be Slipknot. What was the song? I gotta know.
I don't remember.
Please say it's Wind Blade, which is one of the most.
No, it's not a
popular.
Slipknot song. It was
Oh,
a Stone
okay.
Sour song.
Well, then I don't respect this gentleman for buying the ring.
You don't like Stone Sour?
I do, but I'm just.
They're
thinking,
okay. I like them.
I would put a ring with the Slipknot mask all around it, and I'd give that to a woman.
You know, I got to try on a Slipknot mask.
I wish I had that picture. I wish I had that. I would make that my profile picture on Facebook if I had that.
I wasn't allowed to because we're not allowed to put any of that stuff on the
Well, you are a rule
Facebook.
follower, let me tell you that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I
actually shouldn't even be talking about this.
yeah,
so.
so everybody forget what we just
Yeah,
said.
forget
on the
what we
radio show.
said.
Well, Jeff, that's going to wrap it up for this.
That's
week.
it?
You always end on a. This is not intentional. You always end on a big story.
So if anybody has a crazy ring that they want custom designed, we can do it. If we can make a ring with the lyrics from a Stone Sour song wrapped around it and have Corey Taylor work on presenting the ring, come to us.
There's only one store in town that can even say they can do that.
Yes, nobody else is going to be able to accommodate that. That's for darn sure.
All right, Jeff. Well, send us home.
All right. Everybody have a great rest of the week. And don't forget to experience Meyers Jewelers.